Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, and also gain real wealth in the process. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently trading at 47,955, up 1.68%. Ethereum 3589, up 5.27%. Looking at the S&P 500, the proxy for stocks, up 32% for the past 12 months. Gold down 8% and Bitcoin up 341% over the past year. Bitcoin is estimated to be trading at $1 million per Bitcoin by 2026 and after 2030 around $10 million per Bitcoin. But how could this be? There's actually a lot of money in the world, and crypto is quite tiny, only $2 trillion. Stocks, 95 trillion. Bonds, 128. And this is back in November of 2020 for stocks and bonds. You can imagine if we get a certain percentage of stocks and bonds translating into crypto, these figures will be absolutely realistic. Currently, less than 1% of the population has an active Bitcoin address, and less than 3% of the population actually holds Bitcoin. You can see that we're literally at the start of this adoption process. Bitcoin is actually the foundation for the transference of the next evolution of the internet to the Internet of Value. We can see that the internet grew exponentially. Jeff Bezos and a lot of others jumped on the internet craze because they knew it was so profitable. Between 1992 and 2006, this is the growth in the internet. We can see over the same comparable period from 2016 to 2030, cryptos are growing exponentially faster than the internet ever did. Digital assets are attracting over 19 million new users per month for the past 6 months. It's growing incredibly quickly. So the question is, where are we now in the current cycle? Using the KS model, a crypto technical trading model based on institutional price psychology, we're in the bull market psychology segment of the current run. We can see, looking back to past bull market psychology segments, that's where the sun comes out and shines. The rocket comes out and takes off and hits the moon. When it hits the moon says, "Get out of here, rocket, go back to Earth." And the price of Bitcoin and other cryptos fall stratospherically back to Earth. That's the bear market, where there's overwhelming negativity. To understand the progress of the current bull market, we need to compare same psychologies, sunshine to sunshine to sunshine. That's really important, and that's what we do. It's really important to note that crypto is incredibly volatile. You can have 8 to 11% reductions or 20% reductions in the stock market. It signifies a real crisis. That's every other week in crypto. The key is to make the volatility your friend. Let's zoom in to the current price action. We can see, based on a realignment of on-chain metrics, the current price is coming up. On-chain metrics predicted that there would be a decrease in price followed by an increase. We can see that when we get above this $53,000 level, we will have cleared resistance and it will be an upward trajectory. A lot of people are really scared at the moment. It's very important to realize that Bitcoin and crypto, well, Bitcoin in particular, has rallied 80.76%. We have only come down 18%. That's not a very big reduction, but I think because of the volatility inherent in crypto, many people are scared. We can see on this logarithmic chart that there's quite strong support for Bitcoin at 46,282, 45,451, 43,546, which is this trend line here. it can go all the way, literally, Bitcoin can go all the way to just under $40,000 and still maintain its bullish trend. It's important to understand the basic focus of the trajectory of Bitcoin coming into the blow off top or the melt your face off rally. It's going to have a lot of reductions. 18.31% is the past cycle comparative point that we are in. That was followed by a near 87% increase, a 20% decrease. You can see 40% decreases, 30% decreases. They're very common, as are 70% increase, 50% increases, and 40% increases before the melt your face off rally, which was over 250%. That is really what we're waiting for, to understand that either a short term or the top of the bull market has been set. We'll be able to determine from price action. Bitcoin has been doing really well. It's currently trading at 47,908. We can see this level of support, which has been a strong support, but this is very strong upward price action. All price moves in a wave. We get a wave up, and of course we get a wave down. Getting down to around, for example, the 46,566 level would be healthy, as would be the support at 47,206. The next major level of resistance will be that psychological $50,000 mark. We mentioned earlier that when Bitcoin's price trades above this downward structural resistance line, we're going to see fireworks. That number currently is 52,163. That will be a key level because we will have got over this resistance, and then taking out that previous $52,500, and then it's all sails away. You'll also notice this particular red line that I've put on this chart. This is the quadruple witching. It's actually more than 4 options expirations in the stock futures options area. It's also in crypto. That could cause a little bit of volatility. That's actually why I was saying that we could see some short-term bias to the downside. For example, some sort of long tail rejection that quickly repairs itself. Just be aware of that. Looking at the Bitcoin stablecoin supply ratio SSR oscillator, we can see money is starting to be redeployed into Bitcoin from stablecoins. This is a very positive thing for price action in the entire crypto space. We can also see that total open interest is starting to increase again. In fact, it's coming up very, very nicely, around $16 billion. Over the past 24 hours, we've had $180.05 million worth of liquidations across 41,405 traders. Over the past 12 hours, about 75% of liquidations were short. We see we've not had a lot of liquidations here, just presently. I'd like to give a call out to IONUT, who recommended we share with the community CryptoRank.io. It's a really good site. If you go to derivatives under Bitcoin futures, you'll see this particular analysis on spot volume versus futures volume. I think this is incredibly interesting analysis. If you've got other websites that you would like to share with the community, please let me know. Thank you, IONUT. Looking at crypto total market cap, we can see crypto total market is moving up. This is literally 12,000 cryptos moving as one chart. You can see the price of Bitcoin here underneath this chart. Bitcoin moves the market. It's really, really important to understand that. The entire market has done a really good wave up. We would be expecting a wave down. There's quite a lot of support here for the market at this relative level, $2.128 trillion. The total current market is worth $2.186 trillion. Just bear in mind, this quadruple witching event, we expect things to get a little bit turbulent. But it's important to understand the overall bullish structure is the dominant structure in the market. Turning to the top cryptos, they are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Binance Coin, Tether, XRP, Solana, Polkadot, DOGE. The greatest 24-hour percent gainers are Zen, Ren, Sushi, AVAX, Curve, Synthetics, Tel, Waves, FANTOM, and Rune. The greatest 7-day percent gainers are Curve, AVAX, Ren, Tezos, Elron, Atom, Icon, HBAR, Synthetics, and Zen. The greatest 24-hour percent losses: Elron, Tezos, Mina, HBAR, DOT, ALGO, IOST, Solana, Harmony One, Cosmos. The greatest 7-day percent losses: Solana, Nia, FANTOM, Celsius, FTX Token, Arweave, Perp, AMP, Rev, and Clayton. Seeking to understand price pressure in the market, we turn to Binance Derivatives. 24-hour trading volume, 56.9 billion. 24-hour open interest, 10.2 billion. We can see the change in the price of the contract over the past 24 hours, round 1.7% for Bitcoin and 5.2% for Ethereum. What this means is the Ethereum price has more upward price pressure on it than Bitcoin. Positive price pressure is occurring across Zen, Ren, AVAX, Sushi, Curve, FANTOM, Waves, DYDX, CHR, TLM, and Rune. The greatest negative price momentum is occurring across Seller, EGLD, XTZ, HBAR1, and ALGO. That's really not that great in terms of price pressure. Anything under 10% is not great. Looking at the Binance 33, the top cryptos on Binance, what we can see is ALGO is coming down. We can also see Solana is coming down. It's just broken under a level of support. We can also see that AVAX has overcome resistance and is making its way up. This is why I get you to do that pattern recognition, so you can literally look at something and understand what it's doing. It's a very, very powerful technique to develop. The top are ALGO, AVAX, Sol, Atom, XTZ, TRX, Filecoin, Luna, DOT, Link, Litecoin, FTT, MATIC, Aave, Bitcoin Cash, Axie Infinity, and then Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum from a long view, we can see Ethereum's come up 141.48%. It recently came down 27.59% and has consolidated higher. It's doing really well. Ethereum has a lot of power underneath it. We can see Ethereum's price is above the 12 EMA, the 26-day EMA, the 50-day simple moving average, the 100-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. Please be aware of the quadruple witching event on the 24th of September. That could create some volatility in price. But we can see on the relative strength, the RSI, the relative strength, is coming back into Ethereum. That supports upward price pressure. Looking into Ethereum's technicals, Ethereum has done really well. Beautiful price action, very well supported here, and a breakout, hitting resistance at the 35.90 mark. It's actually 35.74 right now. Any pullback to this upward support is completely fine. Even a pullback to 34.47 is okay. The pullback to upward support would occur around the 35.15 mark. When I look at this chart, I note that there is not a lot of resistance here on this side. However, we have the quadruple witching event, which means we have to be on guard for potential price decreases. It's not something we should be panicking about. It's simply something that we should be aware of and seek to take advantage of. So how do you take advantage of these downward price movements? Tales from the Man Cave did this really cool video. This is our community buying the falling knife. We love when prices go down. We just gobble them up like the little Pac-Man. That's what it's all about, letting price come to us, understanding the price is always moving in a wave. When it comes down, yeah, we want it, thank you very much. That is what professional traders do, and everybody becomes a trader whenever they buy or sell. So if you're buying and selling and your horizon is long term, you are always trading. The best thing to do is to do it with knowledge. It can make the difference, a very, very big difference in your profitability. Developing your pattern recognition skills is perhaps one of the best things that you can ever do in trading and investing. We can see Bitcoin here on the 2 hour. All of these charts are 2 hour charts. We can see Bitcoin took out this resistance and made its way up, but it's still below that key level where the sell-off occurred. We can see Ethereum is still below the sell-off point, but it got above this resistance and started rallying. This is just a natural part of price action. Cardano is still below the sell-off point, but we can see it's coming down. It's consolidating at the moment. This is all about your pattern recognition, to try and put inside your mind, how do you look at a chart? How can you draw lines up? You can see Binance coin. It came up over this resistance and rallied, hit the previous high and went down, or the previous high for this period. Solana, we can see Solana traded above that downward spike, and you can notice the difference in Bitcoin and all the others. This is all part of your pattern recognition skill. We can see that it actually overcame this resistance line. This is a very tight resistance line, but they're very, very good to give good signal. It's just consolidating around the 154 mark right now. XRP, we can see that it cut a very sharp support line or resistance line here, and it's seeking to come back and find support on that line. We'll have to wait and see what it does. We know that when Bitcoin sells off, everything sells off. That's how you do things in the crypto market. You can see the small sell-off here in Bitcoin, and you can see the larger one in Binance coin. That gives you an idea of relative strength and relative weakness. Sol has a lot less relative weakness than XRP and Binance coin at the moment. Doge is obeying the same kind of structure, which is what we would expect from the top 8. You can see an upward line of support that you could draw in with your eye. Price is just coming down to test that now. Let's see what happens. DOT performed very, very well and is just retracing. This is a common thing. We've got a first takeoff line, a second takeoff line. What happens when we don't hold the second takeoff line? We generally come back to touch the first. This is all part of normal price action. Let's extend that pattern recognition forward. If we see here on Veracity, VRA, look at that resistance and then it gets above. Very good. When it gets above that line, it starts to rally. This is how it all works with crypto. Looking at MATIC, MATIC is not being problematic right now. It's doing what MATIC should do. It's going up. We can see this very tight resistance line tried to get above. That shows a weakening of the downtrend, then finally got above and then started to rally. Absolutely normal price action. What do we see here in multivac? MTV. We see resistance, weakening of resistance. That means a turnaround is afoot, and then getting over that secondary level of resistance and this upward support MTV bounces. It's just the natural way of things. Phantom, what do we see in FTM? Overcoming resistance. No bumps along the way like we had in MATIC or multiback. It's very interesting, isn't it? You can see so many things playing out. Because it didn't have a bump, Phantom has been selling off harder than multiback and Veracity and MATIC. Quite fascinating to understand these things. Looking at XDC overcame, came out, broke out, came back, retested and resumed off, but didn't have the kind of uplift that multivac had, or Phantom had, or MATIC had. When you compare different things, it doesn't matter if you hold these tokens or not, these digital assets. What's important is to train your eye. The more you train it, the more profitable you will be. Have a look at Icon. Icon has been doing very well. Got over, let's have a look at this resistance. It's a tight resistance line. We can see prices coming back in to retest that. This is drawn from a period back further. We can see this once resistance turn into support. As soon as it gets above support, these digital assets can really rally, and that's what we saw with Icon. Icon does have a lot of strength in it. It really bounced well. You can also see another point here where you could draw a line up from this point to this point up through here. Drawing things in with your eye is very, very valuable. You can just look at a chart and tell what it's doing. When we have a look at VeChain, we can see it overcame resistance and shot up. And we can see the same thing in THETA. Overcame this resistance, shot up. Now what do we know? Bitcoin is retracing. The entire crypto market is retracing with it. Of course, we can get one or two or three particular cryptos that don't obey, but Bitcoin always has gravity. I'd like to thank the very kind community members who reached out and bought me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/cryptotradingks. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from and if you have any questions. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, take care, and see you next time. Bye for now.